Asylum. Federal law and international agreements call on the United States to protect those who fear for their lives and are seeking asylum in this country. The president, on the other hand, pandering to his base, calls for the willful violation of said laws. He calls for those who are under his command to prevent those who come to our borders from being allowed to state their case. He calls for the states to send National Guard soldiers to the border to block those seeking safe haven from coming into this country. Is it any wonder that others inside and outside his administration flaunt the law? Is it any wonder that those around him and under his command think the law is for others and not for themselves? Is it any wonder those who see him abusing the very laws he swore to protect think they no longer are bound by these laws? Over the course of decades, wonderful people who have found their homeland dangerous have seen the United States as an island of tranquility, where they could go should things become untenable. This has been the way we have presented our country to the world. We have told the rest of the world that we have it all together and can show them how to do it if they will only follow our example. We have shouted from the mountaintops how wonderful, peaceful, tranquil, and accepting this land is. Is it any wonder that people around the world have bought into our hype? Is it any wonder they have bought into the concept that this is the land of opportunity like none other, and their fondest desire is to be here? Unfortunately, not only do those who come find that the opportunities do not exist, but some parts of this country are as dangerous or more so than their own. Yet they still come because they are desperate, and desperate people do desperate things. When the caravan of migrants was making their way north, why did the government prepare? Why was our reaction sending troops to throw out the invading women and children? It was no secret where they were going. It was no secret why they were coming. It was no secret what needed to be done in order to abide by the laws of this country. Instead of sending troops to the border, we could have repositioned those with expertise needed in order to evaluate the pleas of those seeking asylum. It would have been much cheaper and more cost-effective to make sure there were enough agents who had been equipped with the skill set necessary to determine whether, in fact, these women and children were asylum seekers. They could have been processed in an orderly and systematic way so as to create the least amount of heartache on either side of the border. But unfortunately, that did not play into the agenda of the president. He needed to create a boogeyman in order to keep his rhetoric fresh and his barbs pointed. It was important for him not to take logistical measures because that would have been too easy and not polemical enough. So now the asylum seekers, mostly women and children, sit at the border waiting for their turn to cross, while border agents are overwhelmed and in short supply. This allows him to continue the hype and vehement diatribe. This allows him to keep the spotlight on himself where he wants it to be all the time.